Ever seen one of these before? Well, if you're coming to Thailand, you're going to be seeing a lot more of these. They're basically everywhere, in the streets, in like popular hubs, in front of 7-Elevens and so on. These types of dispensers are basically water dispensers. People come here, they fill in their bottles, and they take it back home for consumption. Now, I've seen a lot of you guys posting stories and saying, oh, look, 1 liter per 1 baht. This is really good. This is drinking water. But it doesn't really work like that, and it gets a little bit more complicated. So in this video, I'm going to be covering if you should trust these water dispensers, which ones are the good ones, and how to test them. So let's go. Just to make things more simple, I'm going to make like a comparison. Imagine when you're going to buy a car. First, you look at the brand, you look at the efficiency, you look at the model, you look at safety. So all the things that you do take into consideration. The same applies for water. Why are you being so picky with your car while water is one of the most important and basic needs for your body? So let's assume that we're starting with a brand. Let's say that you chose Mercedes. Now, I know that there are a few brands for these water dispensers around, and I didn't really go into each brand and which one's the good ones because some of them really keep up with their maintenance, others not so much. Now, to be honest with you, I didn't do a full-on deep dive about the brands, but what I did do is I asked ChatGPT, and this is what it told me. Here's a simple breakdown of the table. All right, now let's assume that you went with a Mercedes, but which model are you going to go for? You need to know according to your needs, right? Maybe you need an SUV because you're going to go to off-road or like real difficult places, or you just need a small car like a hatchback or something else. So this is where you're choosing the model. The same is with filters. Now we need to choose the model of the filters because each filter is actually different. So for example, what you want to be looking out for specifically for these dispensers, or actually any sort of water that is in Thailand, is reverse osmosis water. So if this dispenser is an RO water, therefore this is something that is already a good indicator. How to know if it's an RO water? We're going to be covering that a little bit later by testing the water itself. The good thing about reverse osmosis system is that it effectively removes everything from your water. Good minerals, pathogens, dust, bacteria, heavy metals, everything from your water. But other filters, for example, 2-stage, 3-stage filter, it's a combination basically. So if you combine, for example, a filter that removes dust and big particles with chlorine removal, well, this is only going to remove these two, but it won't remove the rest like pathogens, heavy metals, or pharmaceutical residue. Or you might have a filter that will effectively remove the big particles and bacteria, but not the chlorine and heavy metals. So really, this is something that you do want to pick out very carefully, depending on the problem of the water source itself. Now, I did cover a video about the water sources and the problems of each source in my previous videos. I'll link them here above. So if you've been here a while, you already know that I'm a big fan of reverse osmosis systems. While I know it's not very environmentally sustainable as it throws away some of the water and it's very expensive to maintain, but it does not change the fact that it effectively removes everything from your water and it basically gives you the safest water out there. Now, according to my research, a lot of these dispensers claim that it's a multi-stage filtration method, but with the word that you do want to be looking out for is reverse osmosis, so RO water, and it's ideal if it's combined with a UV system with it because this water is being stored in the water tank and then coming to you for consumption. So this is just another layer of protection for your water. Now, even if you're seeing an RO system, the quality is still very, just like with a car. For example, if you're buying a Mercedes hatchback, let's say, each model might have different horsepower. Some are higher than the other. The rest is with the filters. Some are just more efficient than others. Still following? Good. Now, before jumping into how evaluating and how to take it on test drive, I do want to mention a few pros and cons. So let's go. So some of the pros are: 1, it's extremely cheap, 1 baht per 1 liter, which makes it very affordable. 2, it's eco-friendly because you're buying less plastic, you're just refilling the same bottles. And 3, it's widely available in most cities, most towns, on the streets, some commercial areas, or even some buildings. Now, moving on to some risks. Number 1 would be maintenance. It's not like you install it once and you're good for life. Just like a car needs regular oil checkups, the same as with filters, unexpected things can happen. And usually these filters need a checkup every 6 months. Number 2 is water tanks. Now, as I mentioned, the water is being filtered, stored in a tank, and then consumed. So when the water is being stored in a tank and the water is not in flow, it's not moving, it's in a humid environment, and especially if there's direct sunlight on this water, then bacterial development might start. And this is why UV filter is very important at the end, just in case there are some pathogens left in the water. And number 3 is transportation. This is one thing that I really had a problem with. For example, I do not have any transportation methods. I don't have a car or a motorbike around here. So it was very hard for me to every time take these big bottles, walk to the dispenser, take it and bring it back home. Very heavyweight. So this transportation was kind of causing me a lot of back and forth and a lot of issues which was not very, very pleasant. And now moving on how to choose the right dispenser. So number one, you can just ask a local. Ask them which dispenser they are specifically drinking from, because chances are they've already tested a few in the area and they already know which one is the good one and which are not. Another important thing you want to look out for is if these machines actually look clean. Now, don't look at the stickers from the outside that, the letters have been smudged from the UV or the water. What you do want to look out for is the area where the water is coming out from. You do not want to have any algae, any green things, black dots, or slimy material. This means that it hasn't been maintained properly. Some of the dispensers have maintenance stickers on them, and they write every time that they do the maintenance. So if the maintenance checks has been done, so it just writes either the date or like a check mark. This is another important indicator that this dispenser is actually safe to use. But now another trick that I do look out for is the drain pipe. The way that this technology works is basically the water that is clean is coming out of the tap, and then the other water that is not clean is being thrown away. So this is called the drain pipe. It has a separate pipe that is being put out to throw away the water that is basically not being used. And these pipes, usually I've noticed that they're going into sewage systems, and that's really not a good idea. Why? Because whenever it's going to sewage systems, it's like, think about it. The water is being thrown away. But if there are bacteria around the sewage system, well, bacteria is just going to come back inside. Any animals can just come back inside into the water filter system. So do you think about that? And finally, let's assume that the dispenser actually has the last layer of UV protection to kill any remaining bacteria that's in the water before consumption. In hotter months, these UV lights actually might just break and pop. Therefore, it just makes it useless. So one thing that I do, I always carry with me a water bottle that actually has a water filter in it. This has a UV in it, and it will kill any remaining bacteria that's left in the water. Or if you do not have such a water bottle, what you can do is just boil the water and it will kill any remaining bacteria. So what's exactly in these water dispensers you guys are all drinking from? Is it actually safe to consume? I actually convinced somebody to open it, so let's see what's inside. As we can see, this is a reverse osmosis system. Here it goes through 3 filtration stages. These are the membranes of the reverse osmosis system. That's the pump that's being able to pull the water from the groundwater. And I'm assuming this is the final cartridge just to give it a little taste that is after the tank. And we're arriving to the fun part. Now we're going to be testing the water. And with all these car examples, I have to make this joke. Let's take this baby on a test drive. Now, there are 2 things that I want you to keep in mind. Number 1 tester is a TDS meter, and the second one is for bacteria. Now, I know you guys are all doing these sort of tests. You're putting a TDS meter in the water and saying if the water is safe or not. That is absolutely wrong, because there's a lot more things in the water than just the TDS. TDS is basically the dissolved solids, that's minerals, salts, and so on. But there are other things like heavy metals, bacteria, chemicals that this meter is not being efficiently taking into account. But if it's an RO system, it's safe to assume that the TDS should be very, very low. You're looking for something below 50. And there's one more assumption to make, that this water is not being remineralized. Since these are tube systems, most likely they don't have remineralizing cartridges in them. Therefore, the TDS will not be high. But what you're looking for, like I said, is something 50. But if it's definitely over 100, do not drink from that water. That's definitely something that's not you want to put in your body, okay? Now that we tested the TDS and everything seems to be fine, we want to be looking out for number 2, which is pathogens and bacteria. As I mentioned, the water tank might have some bacteria in it, and there are ways to do it. Number 1, boiling the water. Number 2, having a water bottle. Or number 3, actually testing it. So we have these DIY tests. I have this one from Safe Home, which is from an American brand. Basically, you can do this very, very easily. You'll get the results within the 24 hours. It's very simple, very easy to do. I'll have the links below. You can check them out and have a mini discount. Now we're going to be testing the bacteria in the water. This is a DIY test, super easy, super simple. It's a Safe Home brand. So we're just going to put the water here and see the results. So in 24 hours, if this water has turned to green or blue, then this has bacteria in it. I found a water dispenser, and we're going to be testing the TDS of this water. Again, if it's a reverse osmosis system and it has high TDS, oh, this is not good. This is not a good indicator. That means that the filters is not maintained and they need change ASAP. But wait, the water that we use is not only the water that we drink. We also shower with that water, we wash things with that water. So, what are the things that this water quality is having an effect on other things other than drinking it? This is exactly what I'll be covering in the next episode. So, stay tuned as I tell you how to navigate Thailand with the water situation that's happening. Now, don't stress about it too much, but you do want to be conscious. So, subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.